Hey Lennies and bunny lovers, welcome back to the channel. Lorelai here, and today I'm making an unexpected video. Jacob Fetter. You think he would have learned something from the last video? If you guys aren't familiar, I'll catch you up real quick. I want to say like 2-3 years ago, I reacted to Jacob Fetter, who's another pet YouTuber, rescuing a baby bunny that died in his care. Apparently a lot of animals die or get injured under his watch in these videos. He poses with a lot of the dead animals in his thumbnails and then does like a little gravestone RIP emoji, which is just so disrespectful and tasteless in my opinion. Now in my video, I walked through all the steps that could have been taken. I gave him a lot of advice. I thought that it resonated, but maybe I was wrong because he just put out another video a couple days ago of him rescuing 2 bunnies. In the thumbnail, it looks like one bunny even has a bullet wound in it. I thought, oh, maybe this will be better. You know, like maybe he actually learned something. I was wrong. I was just totally wrong. So a lot of you guys thought that I was really easy on him, that I just played softball and I was not hard on him at all. And the truth is that I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. I thought, here's this guy. This is really admirable of him to be rescuing animals. I know how much work goes into being a YouTuber. So I was trying to be diplomatic. But, what I've learned all these years later is that a lot of rescue videos on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all the platforms, a lot of them are staged. And as someone who participates in rabbit advocacy, rabbit rescue, rabbit welfare, it can be very frustrating to watch some of this stuff because I know firsthand what goes into rescuing a bunny. And I'm talking from like top to bottom, beginning to end. And I show that in my videos. And I show you guys everything from preparing the rescue to where the bunnies wind up after they're rescued and everything in between. And usually it's a long drawn out process. Like I've had to go to rescue sites multiple times and make multiple attempts to catch certain bunnies. And I document all of that for you. And then I see something like this video that Jacob has put out. And I really feel like it undermines the integrity of what actually goes into rescuing a bunny. But without further ado, let's watch this video. I'm gonna give you my thoughts. And by the way, I just wanna make the disclaimer, I don't think you should go over to his channel and say mean things. As you guys know, I don't condone online bullying. This video is meant to be educational and it is open to interpretation.
Welcome back to the channel. I was out python hunting last night deep in the Everglades searching for invasive python nests. But it wasn't pythons that we found. When I was out searching for these invasive serpents, well, I found 2 dumped rabbits. Somebody took these rabbits out here to the swamps of the Everglades and literally dumped them and left them to die where they would have been python, crocodile, or alligator bait. Guys, it's just so sad that someone would do this. I have a special message from today's sponsor.
As you just heard, Jacob's video is sponsored, which is extremely unethical to me. I don't have a problem with YouTubers doing sponsorships. I do them myself, but I do have a problem with a brand deal on a video that is ostensibly charity work, right? Because that is what rescue is. So I will get into that a little bit later.
We're just literally in the middle of nowhere right now, and lo and behold, right over here, someone dumped a rabbit, and there's a white, Lance, what do you think that is? I think it looks like it's a Holland Loft rabbit. Now, this is insane. Somebody literally dumped this rabbit. It could be albino. Yeah, okay. He's running away from us, so there could be more. Now, this rabbit is right here now. All right, Lance, hold the camera because I want to try and catch him.
Isn't it just so convenient how this bunny is just magically out in the open, ready to be caught, ready for the camera? Just pointing that out. It looks like it's pitch black. I mean, without the flashlights, right? So I mean, for them to just spot a bunny and know it's a bunny from that far away, I mean, I'm not convinced on this one. I also want to point out that the likelihood of a bunny just being out in the open at that time of night, because rabbits are most active at dawn and dusk. Okay, that's when they're gonna go out and get food and hop around and stuff. This is obviously not dawn or dusk. This bunny just being out in the open doesn't make a ton of sense to me, but let's keep watching.
I think he's a friendly little rabbit. Let's look at him. Oh, so he's not going away. So this clearly was someone's dumped pet. Hi, buddy. Oh, I just want, oh, he's going. Okay, we got him. We caught him. Look at this. We just found this poor rabbit out here.
Did you guys see how he just ever so swiftly scooped up that bunny with zero effort and zero struggle on the bunny's end? The bunny didn't even try to run away. Let's just say hypothetically, this bunny is a very social bunny, loves humans, easily approachable. Even an approachable rabbit would be suspicious of a random human trying to grab it in the middle of the night out in the wild. If the bunny's been dumped, chances are it came from a very bad home. Obviously, humans who didn't give a crap about it probably didn't even take the time to socialize the bunny. If anything, a rabbit who's been abused like that would be actually very distrustful of humans. And so again, his ability to just swoop up the rabbit without any effort doesn't seem very genuine to me. But let's keep watching.
I know of several people that have rescued rabbits recently, found dumped rabbits, and this is clearly someone's pet. And another way I can tell right away is if you look at this poor bunny's feet. Its feet are super yellow, and that's actually from the rabbit standing in its own pee, which discolored its fur. And you can tell that these rabbits were most likely neglected because look, they have mads in their fur. Not only is it all over their feet, but all over the butt and tail is completely matted up right now.
Also, right about here, Jacob totally contradicts himself.
But overall, I think this rabbit seems to be pretty healthy and happy right now. This rabbit right here is clearly frightened.
He says the rabbit is happy and healthy, but then says the rabbit is frightened. So, Jacob, you should fire your video editor. Hold on. Why is he holding the rabbit like that? Did he not learn anything from the first video? You guys, you can't just, like, use one arm and lay the bunny on its back with one arm. There's virtually no support that way. Rabbits feel incredibly stressed. Some of them can go into shock when they're being held that way, especially if they're not used to it. When you're rescuing an animal, or a bunny specifically, and you grab that bunny, there would normally be a sense of urgency to get that bunny into a carrier. For him to just be sitting there on the grass ever so casually with the bunny in one arm and just talking away, that's not very natural to me. And it does worry me that he's holding the bunny like that. I also just want to emphasize that most rescues are just not that swift.
We're gonna come back and look for more rabbits because normally, if there's one dumped animal, there's normally more. So I got this bin for my truck right now, which is not meant for a rabbit, but for right now, this is all we've got. I'm just gonna put him right on in this bin. Here you go, buddy. So this rabbit is in this bin right now. Now that we found this little guy, let's go and continue the search and see if we find some more.
How could he possibly know that there are more out there? It's very presumptuous, right? Yeah, I mean, it's worth taking a look to see if there are more, but it seems as if he almost knew there's more.
There's another rabbit right over here. He's right there, it's white. So we wanna walk up, we wanna be quiet, but we also wanna be firm in our action because this rabbit could bolt, and at nighttime, a little rabbit like that can move pretty quickly. Now, there's not that many hiding spots, which is pretty good, but again.
So he actually himself says there's not that many hiding spots. Rabbits don't hang out in areas with no hiding spots. Okay? Rabbits are innate hiders. That's why, to me, this bunny being out in the open doesn't make a lot of sense. If a rabbit is dumped out there in the wild, it's going to stay near holes, tunnels, bushes, anything that it can run to as quickly as possible and hide in if a predator comes around. For me, this isn't really adding up.
Here's the albino rabbit, and okay.
I mean, that dive there like that, really? This bunny didn't even put up a fight at all either, just like the first one. It was just kind of sitting there. And quite frankly, a dumped bunny is just, it's not going to react that way. It's just not. And I'll give you an example. Even Lennon, who is probably the most social rabbit you'll ever meet, loves humans, loves to be pet. Even if she were hypothetically out there in the wild and she was approached by a stranger, someone who is not me, she would not allow that person to pick her up. That's just not in a rabbit's character. Also, if we're gonna apply his theory that, oh, well, if there's one, then there's probably two, then why not apply it to the second one as well and go, maybe there's three, maybe there's four, maybe there's five. Why didn't he keep looking for more? Why did he just stop at the second? So to me, it appears that he kind of knew that there were just two and it was just ever so convenient.
We swooped and I snatched him. This is definitely another albino Holland rabbit with even more matted fur. If you come look at this guy's feet, it looks like there's poop literally caked on his feet thick. Look at this, matted thick. We're gonna have to cut that tomorrow and take care of it because this guy is full of mats. But, whoa, I'm sorry, buddy. Hey, I know. It's gonna be okay. So this guy is clearly frightened and scared for his life right now, but even though he's a dumped animal, he appears to have a good weight. And by the look on his eyes, they're clear.
How do you know what a good weight is, Jacob? Do you even know how old this bunny is? Do you know what the weight to size ratio is of a rabbit, especially depending on the breed? I have a feeling he doesn't.
And plump, which means he probably isn't too dehydrated. There's also a lot of moisture here.
Anytime a bunny's been dumped, it is probably dehydrated. So I don't know why he's saying, oh, he's probably not dehydrated.
I haven't looked to see whether they're boys or girls just yet. So guys, comment down below right now. Do you think these rabbits are boys or girls?
Do you know how to sex the bunnies, Jacob?
I am not a rabbit expert by any means. I know about exotics, but rabbits, they are not my forte. They are not my expertise.
These are legitimate questions I have. I don't even think Jacob knows how to sex the rabbits. Like, a lot of people don't. Even some experts have difficulty figuring out the sex of rabbits because their genitals are so small and you really have to know that area very well to be able to distinguish what's what. So, yeah.
These little guys are in the bin, so you know what? That's going to wrap it up for tonight. I'm going to get these guys back home to my preserve, and tomorrow morning I'll be with you guys. We're going to do a full exam on them to see how they look, to see if they're injured at all.
When he says, we're going to do a full exam on them as if he himself were a vet, that is concerning to me because Jacob is not a vet.
And we're actually going to be setting them up. So guys, if you want to see if these rabbits are injured, what's going on with them, well guys, I'll be back with you in the morning. So Hannah, here are the rescued rabbits. This is Hannah's first time seeing them, and what do you think of them?
This one seems pretty skittish. I mean, I tried petting him and he keeps on dodging it.
Really? Because you're petting him and he's not dodging it. So I don't think he seems skittish. That's just my 2 cents.
Yeah. They are adorable. They have red eyes.
They have red eyes because they're albino Holland rabbits. Now, we've given them some romaine lettuce and sweet potatoes.
You guys, this man is feeding these rabbits sweet potatoes. There's no hay, there's no water. I don't know where these bunnies were kept overnight. It's not clear to me. He's not stating, but they're in this tub and there's no hay. Hay is 80% of a rabbit's diet. I would almost equate it to being as important as water. This is not looking good so far.
Like I was telling you guys, we're going to be doing a quick exam on them just to see how they look. Now, From first glance, they just have some matted fur. They're actually going to be going in this coop over here. This is where the chickens were, but my buddy needed the chickens, so I gave the chickens to my buddy. So this is where the rabbits are going to go. They have a nice area that they can hide in.
For the 10,000th time, you guys, rabbits should not be living in hutches or coops outside. Okay, the domestic rabbit really depends on humans for their survival. They live the longest when they're indoors, and they're going to be the happiest and the healthiest living alongside their human family under the same roof. Outdoors, there's far too many external variables that are going to shorten the rabbit's life. Predators are very dangerous. I mean, rabbits can die of a heart attack just from being scared. Extreme weather conditions, being able to escape the coop or the hutch, and ingesting poisonous or toxic plant life. So those are a few of the variables that affect the rabbit's lifespan when living outdoors. I don't approve of this housing at all. It's not humane in my opinion.
Oh my God, look at his poor feet. Okay, this rabbit is...
No, he's freaking out right now.
He's very scared, so we just
but look, if you look at the bottom of his feet,
yeah.
I mean, he looks pretty healthy. I mean, he doesn't have any poop on his butt, but other than his feet being a little dirty.
They're so matted up.
So why aren't you guys cleaning off the paws? Did the bunnies stay like that overnight? I mean, that's the thing is, like, if you rescue these bunnies like that, like, the first thing I would have done, take him to the vet, but obviously wipe those paws down. I mean, the bunnies stayed like that overnight. Seriously.
Really bad.
So this is clearly some signs of neglect where they let the feet and the rabbits just sit in their pee.
Well, it was neglectful for you to let them sit in their pee overnight as well. I mean, this isn't any different. What are you doing to improve the bunny's life? What are you doing to wipe off that pee? You're not doing anything.
Guys, this is just really sad.
Poor things.
So, poor thing, we're going to check that guy out. Maybe try and pick one up and let's look at the ears to see if there's any fleas or ticks or mites.
Let's see.
Let's take a look because a lot of times these rabbits...
I mean, that looks pretty clean. I don't know if you can see in there.
See? I'm trying to see in
it?
Wait, but...
I don't know.
I'm not seeing...
I see, like, white stuff almost. Let me check the other
let's
ear.
check the other ear. We just want to do a quick little exam because we don't want to infest fleas or ticks over here.
That ear's really dirty.
Really?
Yeah, look at that. See that in there? It's like
there's
black.
oh my gosh, it's really bad. So,
I mean, if this rabbit has mites and both rabbits have urine scald on their paws, like, why are they not going to a vet? This is what I told him in the first video. When you rescue a stray animal, any stray animal, you would think the most common sense thing is maybe we should get it medical care, because what if it is microchipped? You know, or what if it's got some sort of injury or illness that you don't know about? Rabbits hide their illnesses till the very end. They are masters at disguising their pain.
oh, what are those things?
I have no idea. That could be like some like skin fungus thing.
Oh my.
I mean, it's just weird to me how, like, these people are not vets and they're just kind of guessing what could be wrong with the rabbits and kind of diagnosing themselves. I mean, at that point, you just lose credibility in my eyes.
These rabbits some time to settle into their coop. Now, we're going to be having these rabbits up for adoption. We're going to be screening homes. So if anyone is in the South Florida area and you might want to adopt one of these adorable Holland-lopped rabbits, well, guys, send me a DM on Instagram. My Instagram is linked down below. But let's get them in the coop.
I would just like to know what qualifies Jacob Fetter as someone who can adopt rabbits out to people.
I'm not a rabbit expert by any means.
I mean, I think that's a reasonable question to ask.
So, Hannah's going to open the first door on. Up, I've got one rabbit.
Okay, so we're opening it up.
So the door's open on up. Hannah, let him go into his new home right there.
Cool.
Here you go, and you go in with your friend right there.
A lot of shade with all of those grown out weeds right there.
So this coop right here is going to be perfect for these rabbits because there's different little weeds that they can actually graze on. So we gave them some lettuce and sweet potatoes. Be sure that they... Oh, he's already coming out. Here. You want a snack, buddy? You want this? You want a carrot? You want that? Here. You want a carrot? Hey. Here, and we're just going to sprinkle some of the carrots and sweet potatoes on top.
Oh my God. And you guys, how frustrating is this video? He did not learn anything after that other bunny died in his care. It's like he didn't even attempt to Google rabbit diet. Like, he just rescued these bunnies and didn't even, hey, you know, maybe I should look up what bunnies can eat. A rabbit's digestive system is not designed to digest heavy carbohydrates like that. A rabbit's system is designed for high fiber. It is so much sugar. Also, what is all of this plant life in this coop, this little hutch here? Who's to say any of that plant life is safe for the bunnies?
Okay, let's open on up. And he is already inside of his new little house. They've got some pine shavings in there. And this is where they will go when it rains. They can stay out of the rain. They've got a nice, large, spacious area. Now let's pull these weeds out of the way and get this door closed on up just like that.
He's just treating them like they're farm animals or something, you know? It's like, I know that rabbits are viewed as such in some places still, but like that's a very antiquated view on rabbits. I mean, we're in 2022 now, and rabbits can be litter box trained. They should be living inside, free range in your home, you know, or in a little puppy pen. This is not humane housing to me. This is just...
Well, that, my friends, is going to end today's episode. I hope all of you guys did enjoy watching today's rabbit rescue. Hannah, absolutely insane, right?
Insane. Poor little babies. I mean, look at the condition that they were in.
I mean, they keep talking about the poor conditions of the bunnies in the past tense, as if like they are now better. They didn't get the medical care. They didn't wipe down their paws at the very least. They're not feeding them a proper diet. They've given them inhumane housing. Also, earlier in the video, Jacob talked about how he was gonna figure out the sex of those bunnies. If that's a boy and a girl, the likelihood of them being spayed and neutered is slim to none, because obviously dumped bunnies don't tend to be spayed and neutered, and they're gonna have a lot more baby bunnies really soon in that chicken coop. I mean, he didn't mention spaying and neutering at all. This whole video is incredibly frustrating for someone like me, but I've laid out all the clues for you. So in my rescues, not only do I show you guys everything from beginning to end, the preparation, you know, driving to the location, the multiple attempts, I also show the aftermath. I show you where the bunnies wind up, whether it's at a rescue or we take them to the vet. Like, I just wouldn't be able to live with myself if like a bunny that I rescued was just like quarantined in my home and I didn't get it any medical attention or anything. Didn't even attempt to see if it was microchipped and belonged to somebody. And to circle back on the video being sponsored, like I said, every YouTuber does sponsorships. I do them as well. But there is just something that doesn't sit right with me about taking extra money for a rescue video. If anything, I fundraise money for the rescues that I work closely with so that they can afford medical care for these bunnies. He could say, hey guys, I'm gonna pay for these babies to get spayed and neutered. But of course he didn't say that. There is just something that is quite unethical about whatever's going on here. And I'm trying not to cry, to be honest with you. Jacob Fetter is someone who, he's got like 1 million+ subscribers. He's got an impressionable audience, and he could really be using his platform to showcase the right information and the right education. You know, it's a shame that a lot of people are going to see this video and think that that's how it should be. All right, guys, so that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts on all of this is. And as always, thanks for supporting us. We'll see you all soon. Mwah.